Hi, welcome to FiberLoveDiary. I'm Trisha if we haven't met, and if we have met, you're probably a subscriber. Welcome back. How are you? What are you making? Talk to me about your feelings. What's going on in your life? Is your state or country open, or are you staying home like all the time like we are still? Tell me what's going on. While we are stuck in the house, look, there's Luther. While we are stuck in the house, I thought maybe I would go ahead and reorganize my fiber stash. If you've been following me for a while, you know it used to be downstairs in this like cabinet that is part of our dining room. There's like a whole wall of cabinets. And then after I got the studio, I moved it almost all up here. So I'm gonna first show you the space that's available, and then I'm gonna take everything out and figure this out. And I think I probably have enough containers to get it done, but we'll just kind of see how that goes too. But I thought I'd quick give you like a little studio update because some things have changed. It's tiny stuff. But we added this almost floor to ceiling. There's the floor. And it stops right there. Rack of cubes for bats and fiber. I think all the stuff that's like in braids and ready to spin and that kind of stuff is gonna go in here for now, but eventually I would like it to be just bat storage. This is probably most of the bats I actually have. I just tend to spin them after I card them, so. And then, okay, so you guys saw it really early on. This, pull this back here, is where I block stuff. I have it hidden by a set of curtains. So, this is a sheet of house wrap, and there's the curtain rod. It goes all the way across, and so that's where I block stuff. But I like to hide it because it's just not that pretty. We had a few cubes left over, so the top of the stairs that go into that little bed, those cubes are also up for storage. I think I'm going to put yarn in them, but I haven't completely decided. And then also, I don't think this was in here. Maybe it was. I don't think so though. This is a toolbox from Harbor Freight. I know that you don't have that in every country, but, and John spray painted it for me and painted it with glitter on the front. It might be kind of hard to photograph, but it's actually really pretty. He calls it my bling box. And then I moved 90% of my yarn into, oh look, there's my desk. What a mess. This is why I'm never organized, because everything's always like a little bit messy. I moved 90% of my yarn into this big humongous storage rack. Hang on. That was built into the house. That was built into the house when we moved here. We actually have a wood burning stove in the not in the basement, the lowest level. And the chimney goes up through this room, and so this was built around the chimney. So this is the perfect day to organize because it's like rainy and kind of gloomy, and the birds just started singing, so maybe it's gonna clear up, but let's do this. I'm gonna show you the other space I have available and tell you kind of what my thoughts are on how to use it. Okay, so this is the other space I have to work with. You've seen it before. Oh, it's a mess. So this is the closet where I have the dresser for the carders. There is a bunch of storage in here that I can use. And we're living the quarantine life. So there's John working. Say hi to the people. And what was that?
Hey people.
Kind of like what I'm thinking right now is add-in type stuff. So silk, bamboo, actually you can see that's silk up there. Trying to think, Angelina, Firestar, pretty much like anything that I can't just spin the way it is, I'm thinking needs to be in here, because likely I'm gonna go ahead and combine it either using the carder, or like my combs are in this drawer. My blending board is in that drawer. You can actually see it a little bit. So that's kind of my thoughts. And then anything that can be spun the way it is, even though I might go and grab it to make a bat, needs to be upstairs. So I'm gonna get it all in one place and then okay, I'm getting actually pretty close to having the closets empty. So this is all stuff that's ready to dye. So it's natural white or off-white or whatever. And then this is stuff that either could be ready to spin or it's already dyed to add like into a bat or whatever. Or it could be completely ready, like it could be a braid or whatever. This is all natural colored fiber that might be dyed, but it has a color to it. So gray, brown, black, whatever. So I'm getting close. I can't show the whole room at once, I'm sorry, but we'll just keep pushing through. I'm getting excited. Is a huge bag that I got from the mill, and there's a smaller one of the same stuff right next to it. So I think if I take all that away, the stuff that just came from the mill, everything else will fit in this container I just emptied. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go, so I can get that out of the way, because I'm like trapping myself in this room right now trying to organize like I do. Okay, I've come to the stage where I should be feeling less overwhelmed, but I'm actually feeling more overwhelmed. I just had to change my battery. All the ready to dye wool fits in those 3 shelves, and there's actually some room, which does not mean I'm gonna go shopping. So I'm basically done. That yarn needs to find a place, and I need to put this stuff back in that closet, and then I'm pretty much done. Now I should be able to find everything, and maybe this will inspire me to get more done, although I've been getting a lot done. And now I get to go spin as a reward. This is the finished, more organized, but still not as organized as I'd like group. Undyed, but ready to be dyed. White fiber, natural color fiber, ready to spin or dye. This is all dyed fiber that's like sweater quantities. That one and that one. And then these two are alpaca. Here's my shelf. I got a lot to spin. It's all bats and like, okay. Bats. That is a 16-ounce braid. Mini bats, loop bumps, braids, bats. That is all packets of fiber from Paradise that just wasn't braided, and I wanted to keep it labeled, so it's in there. Those are bats. Those are bats, and there's one from Frabju Fiber. And then Rolex and packets from the spinning box. I don't get that anymore, and a lot of those I just don't know what I'll ever do with them, but whatever, that's where they are. Those are indie dyed braids that came in bags, and those are Into the World packages from when I was in their club. It's the end of the organizing. So up here in this closet are 2 tubs of stuff that is like too small of a batch to actually be something on its own. So mostly 1 ounce and smaller. There's probably a few things that are 2 ounces. Then in these drawers, I have all the kind of what I think of as specialty fibers. So there's like glitz in here. Oh, that's some alpaca. And then there's silk in here and in the next one. And then for all those specialty fibers that I have that I are able to be dyed. So there's silk, neps, I'm trying to think what else. There's Angelina in here, just like faux cashmere, anything that I probably won't spin on its own and that I might dye to add to other things are in here. So I call those the specialty, but you call them what you want. This is a CVM fleece that I've already flicked and then started to card. Look at that. It is amazing, you guys. And then that is a Rambouillet fleece that I finished washing and I want to start carding next. So that's my organization. Everything's in its place. This is actually waste. I use it for mulch in my garden. Oh, and these 2 drawers are tools basically. This one has like, that's the burnishing brush. Those are my Valkyrie combs right here. These are my more coarse combs. This is my Doffer brush. This last drawer is storing my hand cards, my blending board, and then I have this big anti-static tube that's made of vinyl that I can store bats in, and it's actually pretty awesome. This was not bad. I'm so glad I did it, and check out how much room I have in the closet. Look at this. All that space is empty.